of like 5 minutes. Let's see. All right, here we go. So today's chest day. Everything's science-based lifting. The goal is to push 2 or close to failure with almost every single lift, except for the first few, which are going to be warm-up sets. There we go. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you. Well, it's definitely a Monday. You can tell the day of the week by how busy the gym is. Yeah, it's busy. Well, relative to how it usually is. Compared to other gyms, this gym's not busy at all, but that's not the point. So right now, I'm doing a decline chest press on the Smith machine. Reason being, my lower pecs need a lot of work. Most people don't have that issue. Most people have overdeveloped lower pecs. I am definitely on the opposite end of that spectrum. So I'm putting a lot of prioritization into building out the lower pecs. So we got a nice little decline using the Smith machine for stability. And that way I can just focus on working the muscle to the best of my abilities. That felt pretty good. Had to change my grip a little bit. Greg, thank you. So I went with a little bit wider grip that time. Do you even lift, bro? Lift spelled like the company. That's funny. We trying. Whew. Got my heart rate over 100 beats a minute. I love it. See, that's called a pun. We love that stuff on this channel. Thank you guys for the follows, for the subscribes. I appreciate you. One of the most underrated things, one of the biggest mistakes people make, gym bro cool, thank you. One of the biggest mistakes that people tend to make in the gym, in general when it comes to their fitness, is they're not eating right. So prioritizing high protein, making sure that you're getting adequate amount of fats into your diet. Carbs are something that you can manipulate a little bit because your body will synthesize its own carbs if it needs to. And then of course, every day we take creatine. Probably the most important supplement you can take. But if you want to see gains in the gym, you got to make sure you're prioritizing that diet. It's easily 85%. The other 15% is what you do in the gym and resting. But if you have a poor diet, you ain't gonna get anything else. At least you're not gonna have as good of results with a poor diet. So right now I've got 2 plates and a quarter on here. I think I'm gonna bump it up to 3 plates on each side. Let's go. See, my goal is to get to where I'm lifting enough weight to where people accuse me of lifting fake plates. All right, here we go. Seeing some stars on that one. That was a rough set. Thank you guys for the encouragement. So rest times in between each set, anywhere between 2 minutes and 5 minutes. For a day like a chest day, I'll probably veer a little more in the shorter rest periods. So probably like 2 to 3 minutes per set. Whereas like on a leg day, I'd be more inclined towards like 5 minutes between each set. But leg days are intense. And tomorrow I'm gonna be deadlifting, so you can bet your bottom button. Longer rest times tomorrow for sure. Deadlifting is extremely fatiguing. I'm on that struggle buster right now. Whew. Just gotta breathe. Probably hit one more set here. Then I'll move over to something like the pec deck. And then for my final movement, I might do cable presses. I don't usually do a lot of cable work. Carter, thank you. Yeah, I think I'll probably do some cable upper to lowers. That'll be my final movement today. It's painful. Oh, not the yawns. What's up?
Sorry.
I'd give you a hug, but I'm sweating.
I see that. Oh, I'm tired. I want to be here. I need that squat rack over there.
Just go kick him off.
Good.
He ain't doing shit.
Shall we?
Yeah. Well, I'm live streaming right now, so don't want to. Unless you want to be in the camera, you're welcome to.
You know, maybe if I look halfway decent today, I'd say yes.
I feel that. Well, good luck. All right, we're gonna get it, guys. 3 plates, 1 more set. Aiming for like 6 to 10 reps. We'll see how it goes. I hit 10 last set, so I would assume I should be able to hit around like 8 or 9 this set. We'll see. Two. Nine reps. It's a little better than I was expecting. So some of you might be asking, John, why are you doing so low of volume? How on earth are you already done with your workout? Well, with that exercise. And the answer is, a lot of people are doing way more volume than they need to. You don't need a ton of volume. What you need is intensity. Thank you, Michelle. Christopher, thank you. Good to see you again, Christopher. All right. So, the machine I want is taken. So, I guess I'm gonna come over here and take this cable. Having to go a little bit out of order. But that's what happens in a busy gym. Nothing wrong with that. Christopher bulking. Kind of maintaining right now. I've been going through some stuff, so It's been hard for me to eat like I need to. The workout today is chest, biceps, and some shoulders. Mainly prioritizing lower pecs. All right, I don't want to have my phone in people's way here. All right. So one thing to keep in mind, this space is rented space. We don't own the gym. We are renting access to the gym. So always trying to be respectful of the people around us. You know, people don't want to be in the camera. They don't want to be, posted on social media. People just want to come in, get their workouts done. So trying to be conscious of others is important. And if they walk in front of the camera and ruin a shot, who cares? It's a public gym. So we just got to remember, still do what we want to do, but keep in mind other people's privacy, other people's purpose here, and don't take things personally if somebody messes up a camera shot or whatever. It doesn't matter. Life's too short to be upset over dumb things. All right. As you guys can see, I'm trying to keep a fairly upright body here and prioritizing hitting that lower pec. It kind of looks like a press, but this is how your flies should look. If you go wide like this, sure, you're making it harder because your angle is harder, but the stretch that you can get out of your pec is what we're going for, which is why I bend the elbows, because with my elbows bent, I can get a lot more stretch out of that movement versus if I keep my elbows straight and fly, it's very difficult for me to get as ideal of a stretch through the pecs, and I won't be able to overload the pecs as effectively as I can out of more of a pressing movement. So, something for all of you to remember for your next chest day. If you're doing cable flies or doing any kind of fly movement, it is okay to bend your elbows, because that bend in the elbow allows for you to still get a deep stretch through your pec, but you're going to be able to overload the movement a lot more effectively, which is going to allow for more mechanical tension, more motor unit recruitment, more muscle growth. LV885, thank you. I'll give you a little flex. Appreciate you guys showing support. Bump this weight up. This machine is kind of weird the way that they have it loaded. So each plate goes up by increments of 5 pounds. Usually it's like increments of like 10 or sometimes like 12.5 pounds, depending on what machine you're on. It's not often you see them in increments of 5. Actually, I lied. I just double checked the machine. It's in increments of 2.5 pounds, which is even more weird. All right. All right, here we go. It burns. 15 reps is a little more than I wanted to do. But the weight was still a little bit too easy. So I'm gonna bump it up again. Thank you, Michelle. Opti, you have an insane body, man. Thanks. I've been working out for most people's lifetime. I want to say, let's see, I'm 34 this year. So I've been working out since I was 10. So that would technically be 24 years of exercise, but obviously there's a lot of trial and error there, and we can probably cut off a few years to accommodate for that. So maybe more realistically, like 20 years of exercise. And if we want to get really realistic, I got my bachelor's degree in a biomechanics related field back in 2021. And during that time that I was working to get my bachelor's degree from 2016 to 2021, I took a little bit of time off at school, which is why it was a little bit longer than 4 years. That's probably when I really started to hone down on my exercise techniques to a more perfected level. So, 20-ish years, but last like 10 or 12 years being like actually perfecting the exercise routines. Thank you, Michelle. George, it's good to see you, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the sub. It means a lot, please. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm more than happy to answer whatever I can. I've got a degree in the field. I'm really trying to put out as much free educational content as possible. I'm actually working on getting out of the coaching industry and just posting content on social media. So like everything will be free for the general public. It's just time consuming. Thank you. Bridger, thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot. I gotta do another set here. I'm kind of dreading it. All right, we're gonna get it. All right. Deep breaths. We had plenty of rest time, so. Oh yeah, that's nice and heavy. Three, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, Come on. Oh, thanks guys for the encouragement. Oh, that hurts. Lord Almighty, you're feeling it. I always bring my own equipment, mainly because I don't like the gyms. I've never been to a gym that was fully furnished with every single piece of equipment that I appreciate, so that's why I have backpack with me. What's up, brother?
How you doing, man?
Good to see you, man.
Good. Hi.
I'm trying.
Oh, keep it up.
Yeah, all of my gear comes with me. Jay Smith, good to see you, brother. All right, we got the pec deck now. I love this machine. This might be my favorite piece of equipment in this gym. And it's not because the pec deck is more efficient and effective than other pieces of equipment, but because the design of this pec deck is really well done. You got a lot of stuff that you can do with it. And it's brand new. Like they just replaced their old one, so it's like super smooth. Just keep in mind with any kind of fly-based movement, as I told you guys before, I bend my arms because I'm trying to get as much mechanical tension and ability to overload the exercise as I can. So it's not a typical fly that I'm doing where I keep my elbow straight the whole time. But this machine allows for enough variability where the handles come in enough for me to be able to get a nice bend in my arm. I am going to do a technique today that many of you have never seen me do before, those of you who do consistently keep up with my workouts. And I'll show you in just a second. So we put a foam roller on the back of this. And that's going to allow for our shoulder blades to be able to roll around it and get even more stretch in the pecs. Jay Smith, the weekend was good. Thanks for asking, buddy. I hope yours was good too. Opti, what is the best tip for beginners in your opinion? Really focus on form first. Once you get your form perfected, then feel more free to lift heavy. At the end of the day, heavy lifting intensity is going to be the most important aspect to muscle growth. But if your form is off, if you don't know how to properly brace your core, you can actually increase your susceptibility to injuries. I wouldn't even say necessarily form being the number one factor. It's your ability to brace your core. Core bracing is so huge, and a lot of people just don't understand that concept. So what I mean by that is, like right now, you can see how I'm very soft in my stomach. If I'm bracing my core, I'm getting myself bared down as if somebody's about to punch me in the gut. So I intake some air and then brace down on it. So it's almost like you're flexing, but you're also holding oxygen in, and you should be tight all the way around. It's not just the front. It's all the way around, even your lower back. You're bracing down on it in order to secure your spine and keep you less susceptible to a spinal-related injury. Because at the end of the day, your spine is always rounded. So when you think about how your spine functions, it's kind of like an S shape, like that. So your spine always has rounding to it. Rounding the spine is not the number one factor in injuries. The number one factor in injuries is not bracing your core. And then, of course, there's a progressive overload aspect to injuries too, which falls under adaptation. So being able to overload your exercises effectively in a manner where you're not increasing the weight too quickly, because your ligaments and your joints are not going to be building up as quickly as your muscles are. That can increase injury ratio as well. So just being aware that it's good to keep overloading the weight, but don't do it too quickly, at least when you're first starting. Isaac, hello, welcome to the live stream. JV, good to see you, buddy. So yeah, that's my number one tip for beginners. Learn how to brace your core. And then number two, progressively overload, but don't try to overload too quickly, because you want your body, you want your joints and your ligaments to be able to keep up with your muscle strength. And if you overload too quickly, you're gonna get muscle strength a lot quicker than joint and ligament strength, and risk of injury. All right, back to instructions here. So I have a foam roller on the back of the pec fly machine. This will allow for my shoulder blades to be able to roll around that foam roller and not get pinched against a flat seat back like they normally would. This also puts my body a little bit more forward on the machine, so I can get a deeper stretch if I want to. Actually, that's just about perfect on that side. Yeah, that is. Okay. Just had to double check where the pinholes were at. So as you guys can see, slight bend to my elbows at the back, and then I straighten them when I'm contracting the muscle. That's a little too light. I might have to bust out the gym pin for this. JV, I'm running a YouTube live stream as well, so, and YouTube gets permanently posted. So me responding to all of these comments is not going to be happening unless they're related to what I'm doing. Trying to keep it professional for the YouTube, my guy. All right. We have increased the weight to where the machine is totally maxed out. There we go. So bottom pin 295, plus we have an additional 10 and 5-pound plates here. That puts us at 305 pounds. A lot of people say the pec deck is hard to max out. I hear a lot of people say the same thing for like leg extensions. For some reason, like for me, those are not that difficult to max out. Where I tend to find myself struggling on a higher level is like more compound-ish movements. Like my bench press needs work. I still can't max out the bench press machine, which is like weird because I don't know, I just don't get it. My chest is clearly strong, it's just missing strength in those key areas. You're good. So we're working on it though. I think a lot of my chest strength is lacking due to the pinched nerves that I have in my spine. Definitely contributing, especially on the right side, because I can't activate my right pec as well as I'd like to. My right lat doesn't activate well, and my right tricep doesn't activate well. And that's because I have a pinched nerve in my brachial plexus, which is like a little bundle of nerves right under, like between like the I want to say it's like between C5 and C7 of your spine. JV, I can't help the lagging on the live stream. I'm using the gym's internet, and we all know the gym's internet is kind of nah. Could be better. All right, maxed out machine with the foam roller. Whoa. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! That burns. Still pretty busy, but it's calming down a little bit. So I would say the number one mistake that almost everybody in this industry is making is they're not eating enough food to build muscle. I've realized for women, there's a fear of putting on too much body fat, so they hyperfixate on trying to stay shredded. I'm talking advanced lifters now, like not beginners. For men, there's a fear of losing muscle, so they don't want to be cut down. Usually, that's not all of them. So like being able to properly manipulate diets, and then of course rest and recovery. But obviously number one, nutrition.
You didn't notice it over there.
I saw you lifting. Cody, thank you. I'm trying to be. It's a process. Thank you, Jay. All right. We're going to throw the gym pin on here because this weight is just not quite enough. Increasing the weight. There we go. So I threw an extra 45-pounder and a 25-pounder on there. So we went from 305 Cody, I go live very rarely right now. I used to do live streams daily at the gym, but life has been kind of catching up with me. I've had a lot going on. I'm trying to, like, I'm in therapy right now, and honestly, I think almost everybody should be at this point, because let's be honest with ourselves, we live in a broken world, but I'm in therapy. I'm trying to pursue more business opportunities. Major like self-development process in my life, so I haven't been live streaming as much just because it's time consuming, it's distracting. So like right now I average maybe 1 to 3 times a week, and usually in the mornings. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so like typically I'll be live streaming anytime between like 8:30 and like 12 p.m. Today's a bit of an anomaly. I'm here a little bit later, but my typical time frame between like 8:15 and 12 Eastern Standard Time. All right, so let's see, we had 305 plus I just added 45 into 25, is that 70? Yeah, 70 pounds. So we're at 375. Here we go, 375. We're gonna shoot for 4 to 10 reps. Anything over 4, I'll be happy with. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that almost took me out. Now I noticed that set, having the foam roller in the back made a huge difference in how easy I was able to pull that. Having the foam roller made it at least twice as difficult. Cody, I am 34 years old. I'm drawing way too close to middle age at this point. I wish I could go back by about 10 years. But you can't go back. We can only improve on the time that we have now. Lord almighty, that set hurt. J-Rod, good to see you, buddy. It makes you feel better about being 27 and skinny. So, a little story for you guys. I was in the Marine Corps. I was in the Marine Corps from 2011, January 2011. I got out November of 2014. I did their voluntary early releasement program. So I got out, let's see here, I would have been out January 2015. So I got out like 4 months early, 3 months early. Yeah, 3 months early. No, 2 months early. I don't know. I suck with math. You guys do the math. Anyways, I got out early. And I weighed about 165 pounds. Now I'm 6'2". 165 pounds at 6'2", that's skinny. Like super skinny. Kelly, howdy, you good? Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for asking. So, after I got out, I went through, me and my ex-wife, we split up in December of 2014. So we were basically like, I got out, we were a month together, then we split up. And then I started hitting the gym really hard. The gym was how I kept my mentality like in place. Like the gym saved my life, to put it simply. Like there was a lot going on. And I started gaining on muscle mass like that. Because prior to that, in the Marine Corps, they want you fast. They don't care about how big and strong you are. They want you to be fast. So like it was almost all cardio. And like the style of workouts that we did were like HIIT training and cardio. So when I got out and I started doing more bodybuilding training, I was putting on muscle mass like as if I was a beginner at working out. and shot up to 230 pounds within my first year of working out. 100% natural at that time. I'm not anymore, but I was back then. And then I started like fine-tuning my workouts, and when I hit the age of 25, so that was peak 2015, that's when I started taking gear. But I started with just testosterone, which if anybody's trying to get involved in taking gear, make sure you're getting blood work done, because it is not safe and it can do damage to your organs. Get your blood work done, make sure that you're tracking all of those measurements. I do not encourage the use, but if you're gonna do it, at least be as safe about it as you can. But that's about the time frame when I started to really pick up on size and strength. Was nice upward trajectory, and it was the catalyst for that was my divorce. J-Rod, you got this, buddy. You're killing it. Cody, the main supplements I take are creatine #1. I will never not take creatine, ever. So creatine, if there's any one supplement everybody should be taking, it is creatine. Literally zero literature showing that it has negative side effects. A lot of people try to claim kidney issues. It's not the creatine causing that. Creatine across the board is safe, and it's very effective for exercise, for energy production, for muscle growth. Like, everybody should be taking creatine. That is one supplement I will never not take. And the other supplements that I take are pre-workouts. I have both high stim, low stim, non-stim pre-workouts. And the non-stim is filled with nootropics, which are like brain boosting supplements, so they can help you to stay focused. And then they also have a bunch of pump formula in them, so you can get a nice pump, good blood flow. And then occasionally I'll supplement protein if I'm losing out on my protein goals, but usually I don't have to supplement protein. So the main thing is creatine and pre-workout. Red, thank you. All right. I gotta hit this set again. I'm kind of dreading hitting this set again. That was freaking hard. But I want to hit one more set to failure. So we're gonna do it. Again, for those of you who are just coming into the live stream, I have a foam roller on the back of the pec deck, the pec fly, and that will allow for my shoulder blades to be able to roll around the foam roller, getting a little bit more stretch in the pecs. Workout with Red. What's up, buddy? I saw your latest updates on your bodybuilding. You're looking good, man. Freaking killing it. Now this guy, Workout with Red, y'all should go check him out. Major glow up. I mean, he's put in so much effort into his body. Very inspirational. You've been using that? Didn't know people did that as well. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Shoot. I appreciate you saying that, because like, coming from you, I respect the absolute hell out of you, man. Like, having you say that you wish that you could be like me means a lot. It really does. JV, happy Tuesday, Canadian King. Yeah, almost Canadian. I live in Michigan. I'm like half Canadian, okay? I'm very glad to be born and raised in the United States. We got our flaws, but still a great country. Just got a few political issues we've got to work through, you know? You're good, JV. I view the United States as kind of like a slightly dysfunctional family. Like, we love it here, but we got some things to work out. Terrence, what's up? Cody, America. I'm trying to keep my live streams PG, but I totally was about to reference a Team America comment. Another great movie that would cause everybody to lose their minds these days. Okay. There we go. Two. Lord Almighty. Oh, that hurts. My pecs are fried. Oh my God. I still have to hit biceps and shoulders. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. So this gym pin comes in handy. I know I've shown y'all my gym pin before. But we'll show you guys again. This thing is awesome. So you slide the pin into the pinholes for whatever machine that you're using. And then we've got these plates that are designed for the gym pin to fit right in there. So you can add weight to your machine that normally you wouldn't be able to add weight to. And of course, our number one goal in the gym is to progressively overload, create a higher level of mechanical tension on the muscles. But you only have so much that you can overload on your typical machine. So you throw one of these on there, and then you can add more weight. Phenomenal piece of equipment. I wish that I had been smart enough to come up with this idea, because these people, they're making money. All right. I think we're gonna do shoulders next. I'm not doing anything too crazy with shoulders though. So for the shoulders, we're gonna do some cables. We're gonna do cable lat raise. I'm not a huge fan of working my shoulders on the cables. It's not anything to do with like whether or not the cables are better or worse. It has everything to do with just personal preference. I just don't enjoy the cables. I don't know why. All right. We are gonna try and do a little trick with this though. If I can find the right attachment to do it. There it is. So when we're doing our cable flies, we can take this V-bar, have it rest against our wrist here, still get a pretty ideal angle of pull, and use it just like we would a D handle. There we go. a little painful on the wrist. But it definitely does work. Yeah. 12 reps, not too shabby. Whew. It's painful. Whew. Yeah. There we go. You can really see the pump. Yeah, you can definitely tell when I flex, my upper pecs are a lot more developed than lower. Not as easy to see through the shirt, but like if you really pay attention, you can see that line right here. That's all upper pec, whereas the lower pec, there's not a lot of development across this segment. And that's why I've been really prioritizing movements that are either straight across an angle like this, so I can hit those sternal and costal fibers. Or I'll do a lot of movements where my hand placement in the press is towards my, like, out in front of my hips to really focus on those costal fibers. Because lower pecs, they be slacking. My carb intake on a cut. So I do aggressive cuts. And usually what happens in my aggressive cuts is I start out with carnivore diet. So it'll be just meats. If I do any kind of like carbs, it'll be plant-based carbs. And what I mean by plant is I mean like green, so cruciferous, fiber-based carbs. So very, very low carb value, and they're usually insoluble fiber. So that way I can shed a lot of water weight very quickly. Hold on. TikTok is being a drag. There we go. Art, good to see you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you for the lightning bolts, my friend. Guys, if you like calisthenics work, if you think that's cool, you want to try and learn how to do that stuff, this guy over here from TikTok, he goes by the handle FitFR Home. All one word. Phenomenal calisthenic programs, phenomenal instructional videos on how to do a whole bunch of different calisthenic based exercises. Check him out. Kiwi is your favorite carb of choice. I love kiwi, but it always burns my mouth. Which I've heard there's ways around that, but I'm kind of too lazy to like put the effort in to do it. But I do love kiwi. It's one of my favorite things. All right, guys, we're about to do some more lat raises. And the little trick I was showing you guys with the not D handle, with the V bar handle. A lot of people use this handle for doing rowing. I don't think it's as ideal for rowing as it is for doing what I'm doing now, which is a more secure version of a D handle. So you just have your wrist locked inside and go with it. With how much weight that I do, though, it does hurt a little bit. What do I raise my carbs to post-carnivore diet? I do like gradual elevation. So like for the initial part of my cut, I'll do about 6 weeks of carnivore diet. And then I'll start gradually adding in rice. Just because rice is really easy on my gut. That may not be everybody's carb of choice. Potatoes are great, sweet potatoes are great. Like whatever your favorite carb source is. But I'll do an elevation of about 50 grams of carbs per day for about a week. Then I'll elevate it the next week by another 50 grams, so we're up to 100. And then I'll elevate it some more until I achieve a range where I'm actually seeing improvements in my performance in the gym. Once I start to see performance improvements, I'll try to maintain that for a while until performance starts to kind of cap off again. Then I'll elevate the carbs again. I've recently learned you can eat the skin for more fiber. Oh man. Kiwi skin is kind of gross though. More power to the people who eat it. I don't know if I could do that. It's funny too, because like in the Marines, we used to eat the absolute worst stuff just because. I guess since I've been in the first Civ Div for a while now, I've gotten soft in my old age. Ugh, here we go. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that wasn't too bad. There we go. Feeling pretty good. Minecraft. My son plays Minecraft. I can't stand that game, but I can understand the appeal for some people. Like, you can do almost anything you want in that game. But I like games where there's challenge to it, and it's not just about, like, surviving a bunch of skeletons shooting bows and arrows at you. Like, I want actual challenge, actual goals, actual missions. So I play games like Halo, or I play like strategy games like Command and Conquer. I don't know if you guys even remember what Command and Conquer is. I'm old, so like those were the games back in the day on PC. Age of Empires, the Total War series, like anything that requires strategy that puts you in a position where you have to have specific goals and missions to accomplish. Call of Duty was one. I played a broad variety of like strategy games and first-person shooter games, and I still play some of them. I got my Steam account. I'm a PC gamer. But like Minecraft for me ain't it. I'll do Ark Survival. That's a fun game. It's basically like Minecraft, but actually challenging. Actually requires you to have to use your head a little bit and come up with strategies and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know though. I'm old. So games like Minecraft, they just don't make sense to me. Should we see if I can do some pull-ups? Got a pull-up bar right here. I might as well, right? 200 and... Well, the last time I weighed myself, I was between 255 and 265. So I'd say a fair estimate is around 260. See if I can pull this fat body up. Oh yeah, easy. Not too shabby at all. I got a little bit of work to do. Like, I'm definitely not knocking out 20 pull-ups like I used to in the Marines. But at the same time, I can make them look easy still, and that's what matters. Holy sheesh. I got some things to say, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Keep things professional. I just ended up seeing something in the gym that was a little bit inappropriate. I want to hit some biceps. I wanted to hit one more lateral raise variation, but I don't think I'm going to get to it today. I should be able to knock out the biceps though. Yes. There we go. Yeah, I'm doing a live stream on TikTok, and then the other phone is for YouTube. I'm trying. You take it easy, all right? Excuse me. Oof. My triceps are kind of sore. I hit them pretty hard yesterday. All right, so it's 1 o'clock. I'm still doing pretty okay with time. Bit of a longer workout because I'm doing a number of muscle groups, and of course I'm taking my time to talk to you guys, explain some of what I do. I'm out of energy. I don't even know if I want to hit biceps right now. I'm sorry I'm moving so slow. My arms are freaking dead tired. But gotta quit being a little wimp. Five, 6, 7, 8. Hurts. Oh, my forearms are feeling that. Arabian Dad, thank you. I'm not going to respond to that comment. phone out of the way. I try not to impede on people's space, but every now and then it happens. All right, I'm gonna do one more set here, then I'm gonna be cutting it off for the day. I will be back tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be live streaming tomorrow, but I will be back tomorrow. My plan is to probably start around like 11:15. That was a pretty funny comment, I'm not gonna lie. That was funny. All right, so this exercise, we're on a bicep preacher curl machine. Well, not a machine, it's the free weight pad. And I'm sitting backwards in it so I can rest my elbows against the pad. And it kind of, if I lean into it like this, it works like an incline curl, but I have the support of the pad to rest the back of my arms on. So that way, the movement is much more supported. I don't have the risk of my arms swaying like this that you would on a normal incline curl. So I can really focus on that curling mechanism. So better support, better focus on the bicep should equate to better results. I say should because at the end of the day, results are based on the individual's willingness to put in the time and the effort to do it. Keyword, effort. All right, last set. Three, 4, 5, 6. Oh, come on. Joel, thank you. All right, guys, I'm cutting off the live stream. That was my last exercise for the day. There will be more later in the week. So for those of you who are interested in keeping up with what I'm doing, please hit that follow, hit that subscribe button. Go comment on some videos. Show me, that you guys care. Ask questions. Give me things to create content on. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you all next time.